getting into it now.
Yes, non-spoiler section for now.
And I will say this, Marvel, look at me, Marvel. I know you watch us, because who doesn't?
Yeah.
Marvel, from my heart to you, fuck you. Fuck you up and down, Marvel. You suck. And I hope you fail miserably
up in the sphincter.
Life.
What?
So much. I hope they fail.
Why?
I hope they go bankrupt. That would be great.
What is it? What is
that? Would be fantastic.
What is
Why
happening?
do they get the F you?
Okay, see, I assume you and all you think is because I hated the movie. I did not. I actually found a lot in this movie. Because if you look on Rotten Tomatoes, it's probably like at like 48%.
Yeah,
now.
it's not doing well.
It's not doing well. The reason I say fuck Marvel is because the movie I saw and what I was reading, it's very, it's all over the place. So I'm like, I can't pinpoint what to even expect from this.
Okay.
Right. I'll tell you the fucking truth.
Yeah.
I read the Wikipedia plot synopsis. I read it once, and I go, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm still going to go see it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who all these people are.
And I'll get into the history of the Eternals. But first, the fuck you is just because I'm like, all right, I don't know what to expect. I know the director who made this, 40, I figured. But look at the audience.
The audience, 86.
Yeah.
86,
That's
audience
exactly,
49.
that's about right. Look, going into this movie, I didn't know what to expect. I just knew what I knew. And I went off of that. I know who directed it, which is Chloe Zhao, who literally just won the Oscar last year.
For
Nomadland.
Nomadland, yeah.
Great director. I've seen her other film, The Rider. Fantastic. She's great. She's amazing. So I'm like, it's no way she can make a movie that's this bad. I can't see that.
Right.
You know what? She didn't.
She did
But
not.
you know what happened? People went in with that dumb fucking Marvel mindset. Like, I need to see lights in the motherfucking sky. I need to see that same bullshit we've been seeing for 10 goddamn, a decade of the same bullshit.
Right.
And this movie did everything differently. Does it have its flaws? Yes, it does. But the idea, the theme, what she was trying to get across, I think she got the fuck across.
Right.
And I'm like, it's parts of this movie that truly are beautiful. It's just beautiful. The themes are beautiful. The acting is beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. The direction is beautiful. It's beautiful. And you see the goal. You see what she was doing. You see this movie, do not look at it as a Marvel movie. That is the advice I would give.
It actually felt like a drama more than the action.
You know what it felt like? As a millennial, it felt like it was paced in a way of kind of like those old 90s epics, like Dances with the Wolves, Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Those type of movies to where we used to watch those movies.
Right.
They were long as fuck.
Yeah, we were like, oh, this is
Titanic,
normal. Yeah.
Like,
there's action thrown into it to appease people who like action, but there was more drama.
It was
you know,
mostly drama.
Talking about humankind.
Talking.
Yes.
Characters, we have 7, was it 1, 2, 3?
It's a lot of them. It's a shitload of them.
10 characters we need to get to know.
That we have to know.
And they successfully made me care about at least 8 of them.
Yeah.
Not 7 of them.
They didn't nail all of them.
Yeah. There's a couple people that got left. I was like,
10.
oh, Speedster, she's here now.
Yeah.
She's kind of dope.
She's all right. I hadn't seen her in like 45 minutes, but she's cool. Like, she has her own specific kind of, traits to where you're like, all right, I really don't need to know that much about her to like her.
There's 10 Eternals. All you need is 12, and you can just recreate Beat It. I mean, there's a lot of fucking Eternals, like Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Don't forget, like a whole group going. It's like a whole K-pop group going on here.
It's the original Menudo.
Jesus Christ,
like
super group.
It's a super group, and it's like, okay, already you have 10 characters you have to
accommodate and know.
And I know most of their names. I usually fucking forget. So people are going to come into this movie.
Right.
They think Marvel movie.
That's
and they go, like you said, explosions in the sky. Big
lots of lights.
Things going into things. Now, I bring it back to a conversation we had earlier in our group chat, which was our friend Key, who hated this movie. He was talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Yes.
And he shared a scene with us halfway, not even real spoilers for the Guardians of the Galaxy game for PS5, but it had a moment between Drax and... no, not even Rocket.
It was Drax and Quill, yeah.
Quill.
Oh, Peter.
And they spent about 5 minutes in this scene talking and... Drax, sorry for his name.
Okay.
Drax was talking about his family and his family's fate
and
the lore behind what they believe in heaven and hell on his planet.
Yeah.
And it is a 5-minute conversation in the middle of this video game. And Key was like, how come they don't have this in the movies? How come they can't?
He was like, this is emotion.
This is emotion. I almost teared up playing this video game. And I'm like, because people don't want to hear people talking. They don't want to. They don't want to spend. The movies don't want to spend the time
Exposition.
because they have 30 characters to be like, hey, we got
get to
make
know them as
everybody
people.
care.
Yes.
And in this movie, they were like, this is
She stripped the formula away.
Right. There's 3 hours of movie that we have, almost 3 hours of movie, and there's gonna be like 4 fight scenes,
Maybe
and
four. They're good, but-
and they're solidly shot.
Yes.
They're well lit, sure, whatever.
Right.
But the fact is that they cut through the bullshit and they're like, these are superheroes. You know, super strong guy. You know, laser blast eye. You know,
all got the
fast girl.
powers, yeah.
You know, swordswoman. You
Smartest
have
man in the world.
yeah, projection man, mind control man. It was just every generic superpower. You don't care about their superpowers.
You don't care.
You fucking care
Because you've seen it
because
already.
everybody has them.
You've seen it a million times.
Right.
Yeah.
You've seen Cyclops, you've seen Superman, you've
Yes.
seen the Flash, you've seen all of them.
all the same.
Except
powers,
it never
yes.
got old that Gilgamesh punching the shit out of everything.
gauntlet.
With the, well, yeah, his
Can
little
I
power
just say
gauntlet.
that scene where they're at I forgot where they're at.
The gates,
The
yeah.
gates.
Yeah.
And he just backhand. I'm like, that's a pure pimp slap.
I
That
love him. He was one of my
that was
favorite
best.
fucking characters.
So Gilgamesh, and I had a friend who was upset that they cast Gilgamesh as that actor. I forgot his
Why?
name. Because
Don Lee.
Huh?
Don Lee is his
Don
name.
Lee.
Yeah.
Because my friend is Assyrian, and Gilgamesh is an Assyrian legend.
Right.
That's like making Thor black.
yeah.
It's like Nordic have rights. I'm like, oh, that's
I'd be
kind of
okay with
weird.
that.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. But
And if you're not okay with it, you're racist.
fine. Let's see. What would be an equivalent? Let's like.
Well, he will be upset with the whole entire cast because, if I'm not mistaken, Eternals is they diversify this and regender some of these
A lot
characters.
of
Right.
yeah, legends
No,
that you would know.
that's
Yeah.
just before.
Right.
Like when you
Okay.
hear the announcement, Gilgamesh is specifically Assyrian god. But the way the movie portrays everything is like, oh no, these are
what you
just a
thought, yeah.
multicultural, diverse group of gods. They're essentially
They're
the
God.
Greek
It's-
gods. They're the Greek gods.
It's Marvel Bible is what
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
It's
And-
exactly what it is.
Right. And the events of those stories happen in the locations. So that was Assyria, that Mesopotamia area. The legend of Gilgamesh was rooted from this guy who just happens to be Korean.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my God. That's kind of fucking cool. So the fact that they have all these legends and rooted from, and we'll get into that a little
love
bit.
that, yeah.
So we don't spoil too much, but the fact that you just had these fighting kind of no-name monsters.
They were monsters. That's
Right,
what they are.
and they're what they call they say in
Deviants.
deviants.
Yeah. And they're vicious. Like this, they're not scary. They are.
Right.
Like it's even a little Revenant moment in this bitch to it's like, oh damn, is this character gonna get out of this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does it right.
Right.
It's just paced out in a way to where
It's
Right.
it's a mature. That's how I describe it. This is
Yeah.
for a mature audience.
I'm not taking a 10-year-old. I'm not taking my nephew to see
and
this.
because
No.
there's a sex scene in here that it was more
Wait,
thrusting than I
but
thought
I'm
it was.
sorry.
There
Wait.
was
thrusting.
Wait a minute.
thrusting.
I'm sorry. When they were hyping that up and saying, "Oh, this is the first Marvel movie that actually includes sex," I was like, "Okay."
Because we had seen Tony Stark bed that girl, and we saw her wearing a shirt in
That's
the
all.
bed. Yeah, but that was him fucking.
But again, it's like they're making a hype about this sex scene. I'm just like, oh, okay, they just laying on top of each other, butt naked. Oh, okay.
Jordan,
Jordan, that was thrusting.
there was thrusting.
I saw a little bit of thrusting, but it's,
there was thrusting. There was eye contact,
Yes.
and there was a smidgen of man ass. Just a smidgen,
that.
a little back dimple at the very least.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't
On
like
the IMAX, you can see some man ass,
Look.
but on the regular,
I'm sorry. When Marvel does a sex scene like Monsters Ball, then come talk to me. I don't care about that.
And so this is for mature audiences, man. It's for people who have that in them, that
Right.
watching dances
That's
with
fair.
Wolves, Titanic, you know,
Right.
Forrest Gump. We
Right.
still have that in us. So it's just like that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, I'm not expecting action here.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've already said, it's
It's a lane-
exposition city.
yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, all right. So I'm just expecting to hear. I'm expecting to see a story. And if you go in it that way, it's a lot better. I feel like the disappointment level will drop if you have those disclaimers going in.
It's a risk. And what I mean by that is we're used to the Marvel format.
Yes,
We're
That's
used
why
to
I said
that.
fuck
Right.
them. Yeah, they fucked us all up.
So if you're taking the risk of saying, I'm going to not do the format, I'm going to try something completely different. Now, we're not going to say it's going to work. It may not work.
It's kind of
Right,
an experiment.
right.
They said
But if you-
Shang-Chi was the experiment. No, this was the experiment.
Right.
So if you're willing to take that risk of saying I'm not going to do the Marvel format, I'm going to do something completely different, make this a drama. There are going to be action scenes that satisfy people who like action.
Keep the pacing going.
Keep the pacing going. But I'm going to make this more about a drama and learn more about the history of the Eternals because no one knew about the Eternals. I didn't know shit about the Eternals at all.
They're very confusing.
This is another Guardians of the Galaxy situation for me where I didn't know about the Guardians.
I didn't know that either.
It's about on par with that too. Yeah, there's like I know a good amount about comics. I'm not an expert.
Yeah.
Right.
Ed definitely knows more than me. But like
Right.
I know a little bit about the Eternals and like they go through the whole kind of history of why they were created and like even knowing it and watching it, I'm like, okay, no, this lost me. I'm lost now.
But the part that I enjoyed the most was the fact that they just let people talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they were just
That's why
talking.
I liked it.
And the thing was that there was strife.
But they were saying something.
No, there was strife and tension and problems that needed to be resolved that didn't have to do with punching.
Dare I say, everything you do go to a Marvel movie for, except it's not handled with CGI and it's handled simply with, most of the time, just with words.
Right.
So the conflict is within words and arguments and these people, and they gel.
Go back to Civil War.
Yeah.
Or Civil War is Tony Stark and Captain America were at odds about the Sokovia Accords. And they go, I don't think that it should be this way. I think we should fall under the government. And they're like, nah, the government's going to be set tripping. I don't like that shit. And so they fought in an airport. They're like, there's no way we could do this.
They gathered their gang in West Side Story. That shit.
We love you, yeah.
When I'm an Avenger, you're an Avenger. And so fucking Black Panther was there.
Yeah.
And it was a ball.
It was a party.
Right. Spider-Man, hey everyone. And so in this movie, there's a similar conflict amongst the team.
Yes.
And the team was like, so what do you think we should do? I don't know, man. We should do this. I don't really agree with you, motherfucker. I think that's the wrong idea. No, I think we should do this because of this, this, and this. And they're having
valid reasons,
valid reasons on both sides.
And besides that, the dilemma that they're having, that's a moral dilemma, which I love more.
Right. What do we do? Do we stay the path or do we go a different direction?
Yeah.
And so, but the thing is that
there are valid reasons on both sides.
Right. And that's about with an hour left of the movie.
Right.
And it's a 2 hour and 36 minute movie. So in that first hour and 36 minutes, you're getting to know these characters. You're getting to know each other's interrelationships with each other.
How long they've been around.
How long they've been around. Where they've been. What things they've seen. Because there's now, and this is another thing that's going to concern some people, is the flashback building.
I didn't like.
I think, so the movie is not told linearly, somewhat linearly, but it'll go back for flashbacks. And so you'll do modern day, cut back to a time, modern day, cut back to a time.
Right.
And some people don't like strange things. So the average.
Is that strange stuff?
Yeah, movie going popcorn man going, where's Tony Stark?
Oh yeah. So the lady next to him.
Where's the Avengers? Where are the Avengers?
Yeah.
Right.
That shit.
The whole flipping back and forth, I was just like, can we? I guess
would you have done it?
Tell it straightforward. I guess I don't know.
I don't think that would have.
I don't think you can tell the story. I think you vignette it where you do that, where you do all the cutbacks.
Yeah.
This is what a movie would do.
A
stupid
I think
movie
we're
would
on
do.
the same page.
A stupid movie would go, here's 20 minutes of them living throughout history until they get until they get into conflict.
Yeah.
And then they go, okay, we're in conflict, cut to modern day.
Right. They would have montaged the fuck out of it.
They would have montaged the fuck out of it. And you would have not got to know their relationships.
Right.
You would have not gotten to know what they like about each other, what they dislike
That's
about
fair.
each other.
That's fair.
You know what I feel like they should have done is introduce a character, and when they introduce that character, send them to a completely different time period and see a story of them then. So you could cover a lot more. Like, it's hard to do.
Here's
spoiling
the
it.
problem with the movie that I found consistently, which was I think they emphasized the wrong things too long.
Right.
I think that you could, if you're going to use this time, there's different ways you can allot it to make it a little more effective.
I wish they could have hinted in the beginning of the film, so that way it didn't feel like somebody threw it out.
Or make it obvious.
Right.
It does come out of nowhere. You're right.
There's certain things that are very obvious about certain characters. There are very certain things that are subtle. Kumail Nanjiani's character.
He's
probably my favorite.
Fantastic character.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
Good character. Yeah.
He carries.
He's the Aquafina of this film.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You know exactly what he does, what he's about, and he gets the time that he speaks. Everything he says is very tight.
Yeah.
Nothing he says is out of character.
His character's not wasted.
Right.
On screen.
Fair.
Right. Droog He is moody as fuck. He'll go.
I wanted to see more of him.
I think he's one of the more interesting ones.
Absolutely.
But he had this thing where he'd go one way or other.
Yeah,
Right.
His pendulum swung heavy on one side.
He can be
or
an
the other.
antagonist or a protagonist. He can be either
easily.
or. Yeah.
Which is why I found him so interesting.
Also, Angelina Jolie is still, after all these years, mesmerizing.
Okay, look.
She's the most relatable character.
It
to
really
me.
is. Yeah.
Because it's like, what do I do? I already know what's going to happen.
Right. Oh, easy.
I know.
Yeah, I know. You're I know. We'll get to the spoiler
That's
stuff.
what I'm
No, but she has some insight.
Right,
She knows
she has
about,
insight.
She knows about the
Conflict.
Other
versions
characters
of the thing.
don't. Yeah.
Right.
And so she has to carry this weight of knowledge.
But not only that, she's suffering from something from
Let's say madness. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Mad Weary.
Yeah.
Which is where they call
It's
it.
dumb mad weird, yo.
Mad Lib.
It sounds like some shit they were saying Peaky Blinders, but yeah, no.
She got the mad weird.
But yeah, it's an issue, and it is a serious fucking issue, and it's handled in a way. Okay, fuck. The closest character to her in your generic Marvel universe would be the Hulk.
Yeah.
Honest to God, that's
Yeah.
the closest thing.
Yeah.
And you see how Marvel typically handles that, which is still kind of an allegory for mental health in a way too.
Right, but it's more like, look at the
In
shiny
this.
object, Hulk.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
I feel like it was kind of a jab at that because it's a thing that two characters do that's similar to something involving the Hulk that you wouldn't connect it unless you really think about it.
Yeah.
But it's like this is handled so fucking beautifully. You feel emotion.
Right.
You feel it.
Right.
And it's not done with action and just crazy shit. It's done with two people or a group of people talking and you just seeing the feeling and how they're vulnerable and how they'll show themselves to this person, maybe not this person.
Right.
And this is not for children.
Right. I'm liking it more and more the more we talk about it. The fact that they all kind of are fucking annoyed with each other, but love each other deeply.
They are family.
And you know
That's
that.
true
And you
family.
can feel that. So
Fuck
like when
a
they're
Fast
having
and Furious, I want an Eternals family.
Right. Because like then you got the Mexican mother, Ajax, holding it all together.
Oh, Selma
Hayek, baby. I couldn't go too long without speaking about her.
Can I just say this? The whole time I saw her, I kept thinking, introducing Santiago Pandemonium. I'm like, oh shit. Like I kept thinking that the whole time. She is beautiful. And she's close to 60.
Yeah.
And I love the scenes between her and Angela. They have a little fight scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have a little fight scene. It's a little fun. Yeah. It's a little fun right there. Ajax is the leader.
Is great, man.
She's the mother. She's the leader.
Right. And then let's see, like Fast Girl, she just disappears for a while.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anybody else we didn't mention. Cersei is a great leading lady.
I mean, yeah, I'm about to say if anyone's
Who's
the
the
lead,
actress
it would
again?
be
Gemma Chan.
Yeah.
She also played in that show Humans, right?
she did.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
love
Yeah.
her acting. She's just fantastic because I watched that show Humans and I love
She
her.
has a subtlety about her,
does.
specifically with her acting. You know,
It's a lot of conflict and a lot of things.
Internal conflict,
in her
lack of
like I
confidence,
said,
like you see it. Yeah,
Right.
she shows it without saying it.
It felt like an anime trope with her. Like she knows she has powers. She's gonna go through a conflict, and then she gains more powers at the end of. Well, I'm gonna say more, but
right.
you know, she has that.
She's
Develops.
the
She
leader.
develops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just know that.
Yeah, she'll. Yeah.
She figures shit out. Maybe.
We're bleeding into spoilers a little
We
bit.
are, it's
Sorry
fine.
about it.
Damn
folks.
it!
Yeah,
We tried.
but we're pretty much done with that part. I mean, because really, what we're gushing about this movie, and I didn't think we were.
Well, we are. He ain't.
Well, no.
Well, what's your biggest gripe?
Yeah, what's the
that
deal,
you have
man?
that's keeping you
'Cause
from
I felt like at first coming out of the movie, Jordan was kind of maybe on the fence.
right?
But I mean, it wasn't going to be like a astounding yes or an astounding no. I felt like he would have been like, I'm leaning slightly more this way or slightly more this way. It seems like you might be leaning heavy towards one.
Keep in mind, you had buttery popcorn lady eating in your ear the whole time, so you might have been ornery.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to include her fat
arch
ass.
nemesis.
Look, I'm not going to include Thea Vidal. I'm not even going to include her. I'm not going to include Precious. I'm not going to include her.
Oh, no. That's
Look.
an old one. Yeah, that's outdated.
Hey, I'm not going to include her at all. I'm not going to include my 600-pound life. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not including her. I'm just saying there were parts that felt like the dialogue went on too long. To me.
That's fair.
Right.
That's absolutely
Now,
fair.
the reason why I say this is because I finished watching Midnight Mass. And Midnight Mass slowly paced and had a lot of dialogue, especially when they were talking about where do you go when you die.
That was 30 minutes.
That was too
That was legit 30
goddamn much
minutes.
of a conversation. Look, bury the motherfucker. You're dead. You're not gonna think of
Like
anything
Frank
else.
Reynolds,
But
throw me in the trash.
right, right. You know, so it just felt like some of the dialogue went on too long. What got me though, and I'm a visual stimulated person. Visually, the film is great. I love the visuals that she did. The dialogue was good. I didn't mind it specifically in this case here. Like I said, it kind of dragged out a little bit too long.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
other than that, I actually didn't think it was bad. I give it a 6, to be honest.
All right, a 6.
I give it a 6.
What?
Now,
What is a Marvel movie
So I
that's
was
also
right.
a 6?
You really don't want to go
The
there.
Dark World. Say
Is
it.
Thor: The Dark World 6 for
I don't
you?
think it's
No,
a
no,
6
no.
for me.
It's
ain't
not.
a
It's
6
lower.
for me. It's lower than that for me.
You know what? I give it a 6, and y'all gonna be like, "You're off the show for good." Black Panther.
No, he's not. No. Don't you do that.
Okay, I already faded. I faded him to black. I faded him.
And he made a scream black.
Look,
You're done. You're done.
Personally, I love Black Panther. It has a place here.
Right.
As a film, if you watch, like I said, I watch things over and over to analyze them. Once that all black, seeing nothing but black faces on the screen thing fades, and you start looking at it just as a movie, it is not the strongest.
It's not.
It's not.
Who gonna pray for me? Who gonna pray
Great soundtrack.
No. Wait. I'll change it from 6 to a 7.
You don't have
Actually, no. I actually changed it to 7.
It's better than
I
Black
think
Panther.
It's better than. It had a different format than Black Panther. Actually, I give Black Widow a 5.
Yeah, no.
Black Widow went down after this one. I
Yes.
gave that
Black
a
Widow's a
7.
4.
It went to a
It's a
6.5
4
now.
for me.
Yeah.
Easy 4.
But I mean, like I said, I like the film. I like that it went in a different direction than your standard Marvel movies. Now, of course, critics are gonna. I didn't give
They already have.
they
I
are
don't know
here.
what critics are
I don't know what the
on.
fuck is wrong with
Critics
you.
have been-
Critics.
critics
You're
have-
supposed to be on top of shit like what we're talking about.
Critics have
No.
been begging for a different Marvel movie
Yes.
that wasn't just explosions and
Right.
craziness.
Right.
And now they're at 49%.
Yes, and look, I look at what's the beef here? All I keep seeing is too much exposition. Well,
let's kind of
And
look
I'm
at some of these things here.
Random.
Right?
Do a random one. I bet exposition's in there.
All right, here. The entire movie felt like an overlong parody. Unfortunately, the film's strict adherence to the Marvel formula. What?
What do you say?
What was that?
Unfortunately, the film's strict adherence to the Marvel formula keeps the whole enterprise from really working.
He watched the movie.
I'm not Abby Elise from The Pitch.
I don't think she watched this. She phoned that shit in.
Let's see here. Chicago
Dive into-
Chicago Sun-Times. This is one of the more forgettable MCU movies, despite the direction of Oscar winner Zoe Zhao.
What?
But wait,
While it delivers action at eye candy, Eternals is middling Marvel.
does he have a point though?
About what?
It's forgettable.
I don't think so.
I don't
ain't
think
forgetting
so.
this shit anytime
You don't think
soon.
that Eternals is forgettable?
Hell no.
No, I think Age of Ultron's forgettable.
Black Widow is forgettable.
Black Widow's forgettable.
Super fucking forgettable.
I thought Shang-Chi.
This one's so out of the box. There's no way I can forget this.
Well, Tommy, what do you give it?
Oh shit, man. See, like, because I'm looking at it in different ways. I'm looking
right,
at
right.
it as, okay,
You're appreciating it for beyond what it is.
Right.
I am, because it had, look, this movie, what I saw, to put that in that Marvel box is so unfair to it.
Right.
To me. It's
right.
so
the
fucking unfair,
The
man.
next 12 movie
I don't even want
box
to watch
set.
fucking Spider-Man now. I'm
Right.
being perfectly honest. I really don't.
You know what?
Because I don't want to go back to that after seeing what you almost had. You almost had something completely different on a completely different level. But
I'll say this:
Yeah.
I'm one of the most excited for Spider-Man. It showed me something that I could have with these other characters that I already like, that I've
Yeah.
spent 20 movies watching with, and it's gonna make me a little irritated that I'm not gonna have a conversation with Ned and Spider-Man about how fucking hard it is to be Spider-Man,
yes.
because I'm fucking 18 years, 17
tell you
years old. I've
something,
been to
Sammy.
fucking space, and instead of just joking about it, talk about how that's fucked up.
traumatizing. Yeah.
How I died and then came back to life to fight an army of monsters, and then had to go back to high school.
Yes.
Right. Then my
You see?
fucking identity
Say it,
is
sir.
revealed,
Yeah.
so I got to deal with that
Well,
shit.
they're gonna talk about that, but they're gonna joke about it,
just
and
the-
then
before
Doctor
that,
Strange, magic,
Sam,
potions.
you want to say it too? Go look at the camera. Look at him and say it. Say it. You know
Say
you
what?
want to.
Say what?
Fuck Marvel.
Come on, Dr.
You
Shabazz.
want to do it because you're right.
That's an
no,
inside joke.
No, look at that. shit. This movie opened up a human element that I'm like, look, I don't. This movie kind of proves okay. You don't need a whole movie of this. It's not going to work for everybody.
I wish Tony Stark had one of these conversations with anybody.
Two of these conversations, like they have in this movie and each Marvel movie, would up that shit
Oh, yeah.
tremendously.
yeah.
Right. Let me
Saying.
say my review so we can get to spoilers. So we
Yes,
can talk about the
go.
cool shit.
Motherfucker, no, just kidding.
My favorite thing about this movie, and I think people and the critics apparently hated it, but I very much
God,
enjoyed,
fuck them, yeah. Go
which was was the fact that it played with history, like you said.
Yeah.
This is
I like
this
that.
is Disney's Marvel's The Bible,
Yes.
or history of mankind.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's just like, oh yeah, the Greek gods, they were these celestials. The
Gilgamesh.
the Assyrians and the Romans and the Aztecs and the Mayans and the Zulu tribes and everything that you could have imagined that had some sort of
Around
lore
the world, yeah.
came from these people that just traveling, trying to make shit right.
Just, yeah.
You know, just trying to be like, hey, there's
Keep
deviant
us-
monsters.
keep us-
Fucking
keep
the
us in
deviants,
line.
the deviants themselves, dragons, Chinese dragons, like magical leopards and
They're
shit.
gorgeous, by the way. That's a beautiful character design with the
For
creature
those-
design
yeah.
with those fucking demons.
Right,
Yeah.
but you start thinking about like, oh, people are getting like krakens,
Yeah.
and like every sort of mystical beast you could think of. There was something that looked exactly fucking what's his name, Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Cthulhu. What's it called? Lovecraftian is the
Yeah.
word. So once you start picking out that stuff like there, for me,
Like,
I
oh,
like
this is what
history.
this- No, I like when they do
Right,
shit like that.
between-
That's why I like you guys were kind of complaining about the history, the flashbacks. I'm like, that was
No,
what I
I
was
loved
enjoying
it.
the most.
I loved it. Yeah,
I didn't mind like the history aspect of it. I just thought that they did too much of it, like
Right.
going back and forth.
Yeah,
I thought
we're
it was a
going
little
to
bit-
They
weird
didn't
places.
stay
I was
there
like,
long enough. I say, yeah.
But I love that part. I love that they just were feasting on history and like the opening scene where the with the dagger. And it's
Yeah.
just like little things like I'm like, oh my god, I love this type of stuff. Someone described it as ancient aliens type of thing.
Yeah.
Kinda,
Little bit.
not so
Fair.
much, but you know, I as an element I like. I like that
No,
stuff
I like
there,
that.
especially the alternate history, which we'll fucking get to. I give this an 8.
Okay. So what about
It's
this?
8. I
So
think,
we
like
got
I said,
8,
Eight, 8.5, and a
7.
7.
Yeah. Like that goes completely
solid.
against
It's-
that shit.
yeah.
It's like,
That's solid.
It's
what did Key
neat.
give it?
Key, well, here's the thing. Key, it looked like he enjoyed it a little bit more. Let's actually go ahead and check on the chats right now. But he did say he's like, Spider-Man's going to look like a fucking cartoon compared to this, is what he said. So
it kind of they don't fit in the same universe. I wish they would have just made a separate kind of thing for this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then where this movie's going, we'll actually get into it right now. Let me go ahead and kick it back real quick, to the main screen because, you know, this review is over for the non-spoiler. So here's the thing, folks.
We did our best.
There's a couple people watching right now. We're done. Thank you for
Yeah.
watching. This has been McGrew's reviews for the non-spoiler. We got all this stuff right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and put on a quick commercial break here,
Yeah, when we
and we're
come
gonna go
back,
back. We're gonna reintroduce the show again, and it is gonna be spoilers. So if you're here, this is the end of the non-spoiler talk. We're going into hardcore spoilers for now and for the history of the MCU. So we will be right back after
Top
this.
of the morning. Top of the morning.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Hold up. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. We'll see you in a little bit. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.